before we get into your magnificent knock yesterday. I just want to go back a little bit and talk about emotions, because I saw you out on the ground day one. You got your cap off, Sir Alistair. You're walking through the long room to walk out for the very first time. You got an absolute peach in your first innings to then raising your bat. How do you manage all the gamut of emotions across Test match cricket?
Yeah, I think that's part of the sport, I guess. Cricket is one of those things where it can bring you back down to earth really quickly. Things can go your way quickly, but the other way is that, you can get pulled back down to earth really quickly. So I was just trying to, I guess, absorb all the emotions as best I could. Singing the national anthem on day one, Jerusalem yesterday, and a full crowd here. Everything was just a little bit surreal, to be honest, but I think that is part of trying to visualise and do your preparation, not just with regards to the bat, but also mentally. You try and go to sleep and imagine how the day's going to pan out. I tried to play that situation 100 times over in my head the night before, and of course it felt new when it came to that, but I felt as prepared as I could have been, and hopefully that showed with the way I went out and maybe showed a bit of confidence.
Let's talk between those two innings as well.
Yeah.
So you go out for 8. It was an absolute peach of a delivery. You come up to the balcony and you've got time to sort of sit down and have a chat to the likes of Marcus Trescothick and your new batting partner in Ben Duckett. What were those kind of conversations like?
Yeah, actually, really good. I mean, Baz actually came up to me and said I thought I looked composed and good, and that was nice to hear considering I only got 8. But look, I think it's a very calm dressing room. I think they're very supportive with the way I want to go out and play. I've had some good conversations with Ducky and Trez as well already. We had some good training and stuff done at Loughborough, and it's been a good couple of weeks. I think that was just a case of accepting it was a pretty good ball. They are allowed to bowl well. They've got a really good strong attack, and the conditions weren't easy. So I think opening the batting, you're gonna get some good balls in there. I think it's just trying not to be too low when you get that good ball. Trust your technique, and you've always got second innings.
Let's talk about the preparation for that innings of note. Yesterday it was. We saw you in the nets prior to the Test match, just working on trigger movements and the like. How much of that plays into you then getting out in the middle? Look, let's go through the footage here.
Right.
What are you trying to work on here?
I'm glad you asked that. Actually, I stumbled across a few comments about it, which it's another foot drill. So I'm just trying here and I'm not actually hitting them as well as I'd like. I'm not moving my feet on purpose to try and really exaggerate my contact point.
Yep.
So sometimes, obviously, and open the batting, new ball, you don't want to get too far out ahead of yourself. You want to not really push out at the ball. Not moving my feet and really working hard with my head and my hands. I'm trying to allow that ball to come into me and play it as late as possible and hit it into the floor. It's something I've done for the last couple of years. I can completely appreciate watching it. He's not moving his feet, and I get that. But that is the purpose of the video. Is like try and let the ball come. That was something a bit of a routine that I've done for a while now. I think it seems to be working a little bit, so I'll try and keep up with it.
Well, let's talk about the innings then, because I think it's the first time since 2004. I think it was Andrew Strauss scored a half century on debut. You're just the next person. So there's been a bit of a gap there. You've gone out to the middle, and then you were talking about those footwork drills. Did it then translate for you out in the middle?
Yeah, I think, look, that drive for me is an example of what I'm trying to, and that one there is what I'm trying to achieve, is when I'm hitting the ball, especially with my cover drives, it's hitting right into the floor near me, and I'm not really out in front. There again, trying to play as late as I can. If it goes to slips, it's not carrying, hopefully. I know, obviously, nick one to the keeper there, but in these conditions and the attack and the quality of the bowlers, any weakness they're going to really hone in on. And I'm just trying to play it as late as possible. Of course, a little bit of luck along the way. In these conditions, you need that. But it was so nice to bat with Ducky at the top, get that 50 partnership. I feel like we score in different areas and complement each other well. He's so calm, and I think that's really important, is being around some of these lads who are so calm and experienced. It just takes the pressure off a little bit. Obviously, I'm on debut, so I was nervous, but the way they go out and play and the way they communicate to me. I mean, Ruti came out. Again, idol of mine, and he came out and just reassured me the way I'm playing is brilliant. If he's telling me that, then that's good enough for me. So, I just felt like the nerves and the pressure was taken off, and all these players have really helped with that.
We were chatting about would you have preferred an 80, 90, maybe 100 on a flat deck that was reasonably easy to bat on? Or how much more do you get out of top scoring with a 57 on a really tricky deck?
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably rather have 100, but I mean, I think, yeah, that was something that Baz and a couple of the players came up to me and spoke to me about, was just reassuring that even though it was a 57 and maybe not 157, in the context of the game, hopefully, well, we'll have to wait and see, but hopefully that really helps win the game. I spoke a lot at Durham recently in the last couple of years. I want to score runs, but really help the team in positions where we can try and command and put our foot down, and I feel like hopefully that's really helped. But I think as well, it is tough out there, but it's actually sometimes the most enjoyable, when it's just you and your partner at the other end. It's gloomy, the lights are on, and it's hard work. Little 20-run partnerships are really, like, they're actually sometimes a bit easier because you go, we just need to get through